Can we trap electricity inside a piece of resin art? That you can. Whoa! Whoa! There we go. Literally making me jump every time it kind of turns back on again. Did we trap electricity inside a piece of resin art? We're about to find out. Are you ready? Right, we are back with another crazy resin art experiment. It's 2025. Happy New Year. I was going to say Happy Christmas then. Sorry I've been a little bit quiet. Things have been a little bit hectic. Our boiler broke down. Loads of life stuff got in the way. But we are back with another crazy experiment, and that is, can we trap electricity inside a piece of resin art? So what I have here is a little toy I bought a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly when. I've only turned it on a couple of times because it's scary. It makes such a loud noise. I'm going to have to turn the volume down when I'm editing this, because it does. It is like a mini lightning bolt shooting through my studio when I turn this on. So I'm going to quickly turn it on now. I'm quite nervous still. I just flipped that. See, it made me jump. Can't really see it in this light. Yeah, it's a pretty fun little gadget. But it is scary. I've had to turn the volume down. I mean, the noise from this thing, as you can imagine, it is like little lightning bolts shooting through my studio. What I'm going to try and do is put just a bit of copper wire in my UV resin on both ends and just see if the electricity can pass through the resin. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Something may happen. So I'm going to just fill this heart with my UV resin. I'm going to cure it first and then UV resin the copper wire into just a thin layer. So there is our resin cabochon. I've just got some copper wire here. I'm just going to cut off a couple of prongs and then UV resin those on the back. Now to do this, I have a new toy. I have a new gadget. New year, new gadget. Check this out. So Resin Rockers were kind enough to send me their brand new, if I can get it out of the box, their brand new rechargeable, come on, UV torch, pocket lamp. This thing, I've used this for a few days now. I'm naming this Baby Beast. It's really powerful. There's your USB-C charging port. And the good thing about this, if you look, you twist the end and you've got a 10-second, 60-second or 120-second timer, which is really, really handy. But not just that, they also sent me this really cool 3D printed stand. So you can buy this as a kit. So the times I've used UV resin and I've needed a third hand, this is brilliant. It's fully adjustable. This part here slides up and down as well. You've got tightening screws. It really is. It's really handy. It's going to come in very, very useful on my channel. So yeah, you just click it on. It is super, super bright and it is really powerful. But I mean, you've seen me using this one quite a lot on my channel. But the trouble is the batteries don't last long. So if you think about it, the amount you'd spend on batteries on something like this, I mean, this is just rechargeable. So it's a win-win. The only thing I would suggest with this, obviously if you get resin on your fingers and then you're going to be constantly turning the button on and off, I would stick a bit of tape over there just to protect that, because if you start getting resin inside there, it may become a problem. So yeah, but other than that, it's a really handy and powerful baby beast. So yeah, it just makes it really handy for stuff like this, because I can just add a drop of UV resin there. Make sure if you get one of these lamps and you're using it, that you use black nitrile gloves. Don't go doing this with clear gloves, because again, this torch is powerful. You don't want to be shining that light through transparent gloves and harming your skin. So I'm just going to glue these on the back. I think what I'm going to do is actually put just a cover the whole back with some UV resin, just so they're definitely fully submerged inside that capuchon. Okay, those are on there. I really don't think this is going to work. It may look like it's working, I don't know. I could have put a thinner bit of wire through there, I suppose, to conduct it all the way through and shoot out maybe. I don't know, but we'll just see what happens. It's not practical, wouldn't be able to wear it, but it's just a little bit of fun. Okay, lights out. Again, I'm going to turn the volume down. It's making me jump every time I'm playing with the dials on the front, and it's literally making me jump every time it kind of turns back on again. You can see it's being attracted to the copper wire. You can see it through the front. Try and crank it up a bit more, but honestly, it makes me jump every time I do it. Whoa. Right, let's get a focus there. You can see that electricity. I think it's kind of moving its way through. Whoa, there we go. Sometimes you have to move a little bit further away. You can see through the resin, you can see it hitting those copper wires, but it's not traveling through, so it was worth a try. There's no way of actually keeping the electricity inside a piece of resin, but I'm going to show you how we can make it look like there is trapped electricity inside a resin art jewellery piece. It's quite simple actually. We're going to be doing it using this stuff, baby lotion. You've seen me use this lots on the channel before. So many different ways you can use baby lotion in resin. I think I have a whole playlist on it now. Go and check them out because it's a really good thing. This stuff, PVA glue and hairspray, have brought us so many different things on this channel. So many different new techniques with resin art. They're just must-haves. Those three products are definitely must-haves if you're making resin, any kind of resin art really. They're really versatile. So to begin with, we are going to make a resin cabochon. Just going to fill an oval and a heart up with some UV resin. And with this, you want to fill it up again so it's flush with the mold, so it's flat. And I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes under the big beast. So now to create the electric effect, just using a resin coaster mold here, I'm just going to apply a very small amount of baby lotion onto that mold. You can see, very, very small. You may need to do this a few times, but the good thing is it's just baby lotion. It just wipes off when you can start again. So all we do, coaster mold in one hand, cabochon in the other. We are going to push that down. It's going to spread out, and then we are going to quickly lift it off. And you can see what that's doing is it's giving us like a lightning bolt effect. Now we don't want that part on there. We just want it on the silicone mold. So just keep pushing it and lifting it until you get the design or the perfect focus. The perfect design that you want to use. If you've done it a few times and it's still not right, wipe it off and just start again. It really is that simple. But we only want the lotion that's left on the silicone mold, not on the actual cabochon itself. Another tip, if you lift, say, the bottom of the cabochon up first, the lightning effect will go upwards. If you lift it off completely, it will scatter outwards. So there is kind of a technique to this, that you can make it look like the lightning or electricity is shooting from the top to the bottom of the piece. And just keep going until you're happy with the design. So now I've got the design that I'm happy with. Don't know what that is stuck on there. Let's remove that because I don't want that transferring onto the cabochon. So there we have our lightning effect. Now it's very important to clean off the back of this cabochon, otherwise the next stage isn't going to work. Use some alcohol if you need to. Now we don't need this to dry. We can go straight on. I'm just going to apply some UV resin into the center area. If I get some bubbles, I don't care. I've got another piece that I made earlier that I can show you. And I'm going to take our cabochon that we've just used for pressing, and we are going to lower that down onto the resin, and it's going to spread out to the sides like so. And then we give that a couple of minutes under the lamp. And just to make sure, I flip that over and give it another minute. Now we can peel that off of the coaster mold and then wipe off that excess baby lotion. So it's kind of etched the design into the resin, or imprinted, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. And to all our subscribers, thank you very much. I think we're about to hit 140,000. It is flying. So there we have an electricity effect in our resin. Now, the more lotion you use, the deeper and wider these, what would I even call them? Branches are going to be. So if you use even less lotion, it's the details are going to be a lot finer. See up here where there was less lotion up there. You're going to get more intricate and finer bolts of electricity. But I'm really happy with that so far. So we move on to the next stage after wiping that off the mold. And for this, I'm going to be using the Lex Resin Chameleon Flakes. I'm going with a blue. The one that I did before, I can't remember which colour it was. It was either blue or violet, but we'll see. They actually look identical, but they are different in different lights. Now, when it comes to brushing on the Chameleon Flakes, we only really need it inside the grooves. So just rub it in, and then we're going to have to sand, just slightly sand off the back. But just make sure that it's definitely bonding. If it's not, a good thing to do is just give it a blast of hairspray. And just give it a couple of minutes until it's tacky. And then go over it with the flakes, and they'll stick. So that's had a couple of minutes. Now I can just go over it again, just checking to make sure. That's better. So this is where we are at. Now, it doesn't look that great at the moment because the whole thing is covered in chameleon flakes. So we need to take off the negative areas, leaving just the flakes inside these bolts, these branches. You can actually make these into trees. I think I uploaded a video to my reels on that, but if not, I can always do that another time on the channel. So to do this, if we were to use a wet sandpaper, the issue that is it's going to get inside these grooves. So put your mask on and just give that a dry sand all over the back. So this is where we are at. So just keep flipping it and just checking if there's any areas that you still need to work on. But it doesn't take long because the chameleon flakes are so thin. It comes off really easy, just leaving that really awesome electricity effect in there. Now comes the part where you can just use your imagination if you're doing this. Play with different color backgrounds. you could really do a lot with the finish on this. I am just going to keep it simple and just do a black background, which will pop those colors. But again, play around, like, but what you don't want to do is use, say, a purple, because then that is going to drown out the lightning effect. You need to do something that's going to still allow the lightning to be highlighted in the piece. I might actually add some stars. So to do the backing, I'm just going to put a small amount of UV resin in my mixing pot, a small amount of black mica powder, not too much, as you all know, otherwise the layer will not cure through. You have to do a couple of layers, do a couple of layers. For the stars, I think I'm going to go in with some of the rainbow, the Marabou rainbow alcohol ink. Now, this is really concentrated with an extremely fine glitter. So I'm going to give it a good shake. Then I'm going to hopefully get the right amount. That could be too much, even that. Now I'm going to let that sit on the surface. I'm not going to mix that in because I want most of the alcohol content to evaporate off. And the reason for that is because I don't want to hinder the curing. I don't want to prevent it from curing properly. So the alcohol will just spread on the surface, evaporate, leaving just that fine glitter in the black resin. Okay, that should have evaporated now. I just think that could be a little bit too much, but we'll find out. Hopefully not, once that's all mixed in. Now I'm just going to rest that, make sure it's level, and then apply the black and spread that all over the back. Again, you can see there's a transparency. You can see that the black resin isn't that strong with the black mica, so the UV resin will cure. Again, if you need to go over it again with a second layer to darken it up, then do that. We're almost done. I'm now just going to play about with the heart one off camera. So with this one, I definitely prefer the heart over the oval, I must admit, on this attempt anyway. So I decided to sand this one and we are going to dip it. Are you ready? Yes, we did. Well, kind of. I did this one a bit differently, but that is incredible. Okay, we're all done. I'll show you the results and a couple of ones that I did a while back that didn't quite go to plan. But as always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, it is free. Help the channel grow. Click that button for me. So this is the oval that we just did. I think the glitter does overpower it. It's nice, but I just think it takes the eye away from the lightning a little bit. But this is kind of where I started. This is one of my first experiments with it, and you can see I didn't sand the back down, and you can see I think I might have actually gone with a different color. It just doesn't work for me. I mean, the blue flash is nice. That's what I did, sand it down, and then I added a blue background. So that's what I'm saying about kind of playing the colors safely, because the blue just takes the eye away from the purple. Some of you might like it, I don't know. This was another one that I did with nail powders. So I did the lightning with a silver and then added like a gold, blue, and I think a purplish colour down here. Well, it's okay. It's not brilliant. Then this one was kind of like, wow, that really, really worked well. But I think what I could do is play around with clouds in this, different colour backgrounds. But this heart that we've just done is absolutely phenomenal. I did this one with blue nail powder and some gold. You can see I didn't really sand the gold away as much, but there's some really intricate lightning bolts up there. I think this piece is stunning. It works so well. So can we trap electric inside resin? No, but we can make it look like there is. with this stunning effect. But this one, I love this because it's so simple. It's so still. I love it. Right, I hope that sparked some imagination. Have a little play around. I think we could do this on a bigger version, like coasters. But you know me, I like working with small stuff. Jewellery, we use less resin, don't we? Yeah, I don't see many people doing coaster videos anymore. We like to keep it small on this channel. Yeah, love it. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now. Oh, I haven't tried it with glow powders. That could work. Like an electric blue, glow in the dark. That could work. That could be something for you to experiment with. I don't know. Have a play. See you for the next one.